S197 Mustang GT. I was never really a muscle car guy before this car, but there's something about this car that made me fall in love with them. I'm the kind of guy that is just really into the creative industry, and I like to watch movies and videos and whatnot, and that's a big thing that inspires me with a lot of my car videos. When Need for Speed came out, when I saw that trailer for that movie, it really kind of started to open my eyes a little bit more towards the Mustang and how much of a staple car it is and how it's lived through literally years and years and years, and people are still buying it, and I kind of just started to get more interested in that.
By its muscle car charm seduced me even more. It might be a bit of a simple,
but it feels like it's regained some of that spirit of the old Mustang. Yes, technically a European car would run rings round it, but come on, this has got such a sense of drama and of occasion, and it looks fantastic.
This movie called Drive with Ryan Gosling. In the movie, he plays as he's a getaway driver, and there's a scene where he has to rob a bank with some people, and it goes horribly wrong. There's the craziest chase I've seen in film. So I think at that point, the search really started to narrow down, and I started looking at Mustangs, and I saw this one, and it had 83,000 miles on it, and it was 11K, and I just had to go see it because I wanted to see what the whole Mustang world was about.
Many times, if I only had one car to drive for the rest of my life, it would be a Mustang. And I think this Mustang makes me even more sure of saying that.
So I was 19 at the time, and I was really excited to get into the car world and actually have a car that I could hopefully work on in the future. When I first drove this car, it was like love at first sight, honestly, and I honestly feel like this car wanted me more than I wanted it. And that's kind of weird to say, but it feels true because I've had this car for about 6 years now, and through the years I've always kind of thought about wanting to get a new car, or always kind of wanted to get into the JDM cars. My grandpa owns a 95 Miata, and I've always loved it because of how classy it felt. But it still made me think that I didn't want just a JDM car, but I wanted something that felt nostalgic, but also new to me too. That was kind of like really where I wanted to be, and I never would have thought I would be, you know, owning a muscle car, really into the muscle car world. But through the years, I've really been seeing this car kind of grow on me, just by going to like car events and seeing other 3-valve Mustangs on Instagram, and it is honestly a really good base to go off of if you're going to start building a car. Just based off of what I've seen, all the small things I've done to this car. I've given my car a new head unit with new sound system to go with it. I also got a Foose shifter because the stock one is horrible. Matte black racing stripes that go from the front to the back of the car, and like everyone should, tint all around the windows. What really sold me on this car is the body styling. I really like how Ford went back to their roots with the old 69 fastback look. There's a symbol, which is where the fuel cap used to be. The lights are boxier than what they used to be. Nice GT styling on the front, and also the old classic GT headlight look. So you're probably asking yourself, Andrew, why didn't you go for the Coyote engine? And I would say the same reason why you don't have a Ferrari in your garage. So this is packed with a 3-valve V8 that makes around 300 horsepower and 280 pound-feet of torque to the rear wheels. You're probably asking yourself, that's not a lot of horsepower. You're right, it's not. For the time that this came out, it was actually pretty respectable. The Mustang is one of the only coupe cars that Ford is really making still. Ford has always stayed true to the Mustang, not only because it sells, but because it lasts generations, new and old. And that's what'll keep this car timeless, and also why I'm keeping this car.